Mwass alikuwa daktari wa timu ya rugby.
Mwenye alikuwa anaambia sasa hujaumia. Hujaumia sana.
Unajua normally during games when someone gets injured, daktari anafaa kurush kwa ground. Do you know imagine?
Mwass anakimbia. Rushes to the doctor.
Anaambia kuja hapa.
The other thing I found interesting ni you were insecure about your voice.
Yeah.
How?
Hey, which one? And you have like 14. Even on this podcast.
Yeah.
Basically, hello.
Yeah.
Basically, unasema yeye ni masauti.
Jifinyie. Umewin.
Yeah, I'm half Kikuyu, half Bajuni. So that
Bajuni
is
ni
where Bajuni ni Waswahili.
Wanaitwa Bajuni.
Ndio wakuja huko. You knows who the fuck you are.
Bajuni iko kwa the 44 tribe.
Bajuni.
Tuko.
Wapi?
Tuko. It was medicine because I qualified for medicine. Alafu nilitwa both schools. It was UN na JKUAT. JKUAT walikuwa wameintia real estate. Sijui kwa nini. But yeah.
Real estate pia una need kwenda kusoma.
Ndio ni kwa tu na haga na unauza nyumba.
I don't real estate wa forex.
Sisi unamalizanga kuona TikTok mzima ya house tour na uoni nyumba.
Unaona nyumba.
Unaona mndondosaji.
4 bedroom.
Pwani Mombasani yani kwenu.
Hello. Twaja.
October
Over 26. This is
the Bagger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26. Welcome back to the mics are closed.
Now when you watch it you'll understand.
What up, my name is Chaxy, the mastermind, your main guy, the Lord Chaxy, the build from Mariah.
What
The amazing
up?
masses
What's
around.
up?
The whole gang is around. Episode 300. We are.
Mic check.
And it goes without saying, AZEEZAH is in the building.
Hey, the energy
Mbona
level.
mnaniita 300? Mbona mkuniita 100?
Sasa
Because
sikia
you-
100 tulikuwa
Hey.
na matrix.
100 tulikuwa na guest.
Matrix.
Really?
Yeah.
That made you 100?
Matrix.
Yeah.
Damn, so we could do mara 3 other times. In the
There we
speech.
go.
2 others.
3
it's
times
good
the
to be
energy.
here.
Okay.
girl.
2 other times.
Hesabu
3 times the
imekupiga
energy,
stick.
baby. Don't play. Don't play.
Yeah.
Hey.
Damn, man, how are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, me.
sasa.
Mwenye kwa nyuma yako.
Si wewe Mwass.
Mwenye kwa nyuma yako.
Unajua vile yani people who speak like that mushi ndo kuongelesha.
No.
How are you? Me.
Me.
Who am I texting?
Mwenye kwa nyuma yako.
Hapana, unakuwa mdeep sana. Haikuwa serious hivyo.
Ati umeenda job leo mimi.
Nile, like, oh my God, me? Oh, thank you.
Yes, you.
I'm so glad
you.
to be here. I'm feeling nice. Yeah.
You look amazing. What
Ni
color
God,
is
man,
this?
say.
Mariah
Mariah ni kala.
Kwa vizuri ni God.
I was going
Bado
to say
umeuliza
fuchsia,
hii.
but now that I'm seeing it in the
Tuachane na
light.
AZEEZAH.
Is it fuchsia? Is it hot pink?
Fuchsia.
Yeah.
That's a color.
Yeah. Fuchsia.
Sini pink.
Fuchsia. Yeah, fuchsia is one of the shades of pink.
Thank you. That is why I wanted her to say it. Ndo msini judge mwaje
Okay.
kusema,
Ukweli wewe ulikuwa
who I give
unafikiria
off
gani
them.
before?
Mi najua tu ni pink.
Oh. I mean, it's a shade of
Yani wewe uliipenda tu kasema nipe hii.
It looks good.
It looks nice.
Asante.
I saw this thing. I don't know the guy said by Mokera. So basically, the caption reads 3 years, by the way, 3 years wasichana wajaluo ni washenzi sana. Forget
What?
the caption. See, then I'm going to, it's a screenshot.
Okay, okay.
So the screenshot is a message conversation. So a message pops in at literally 14:59. Happy breakup anniversary. Again, umbwa wewe.
I love that person. I would do
Energy,
that.
bro. Yeah,
3 years
petty
later.
then.
Yeah.
3 years.
Like, nakukumbusha you are nothing without me.
Period.
Damn.
Maybe he was just going through his house ama her house akapata tu kitu ilimkumbusha tu.
Yeah,
Kitu yako tu fulani.
No, but why? Do you know how crazy you have to be to keep a mental date of when you broke up with somebody 3 years ago?
Yeah, because you are a terrible mistake. I have to remember that I got over that.
Maybe you just have good memory.
Ama maybe your Google Calendar works. You didn't switch off the alerts. Wait, you remember all your friends' birthdays offered? Ama you save in a calendar.
I know of it.
You only have one friend, please.
No, I also know yours, nigga.
I mean, apart from the guys here, you only have one friend, bro. How hard is it to remember one friend's birthday?
No, I remember Whitney's, I remember Gaki's. I have so many friends, but I only hang out a lot with one. But I remember all their birthdays.
When is my birthday?
March 7th.
Okay. When is Tafari's?
Wait! May.
Okay, hold up. When is the Jesus?
Fuck me.
Hey, not a Jesus, OJ's.
sorry.
OJ.
Teasing it.
Yeah.
Guy, fuck me.
It's okay.
Fuck me.
Ni sawa. Bacha?
September 14th.
Okay.
13th or 14th?
14th. She says her birthday with my grandma.
Okay.
And your BF Bev?
I still remember, in as much as I fucking hate her, Jan 3rd.
Oh God.
AZEEZAH's?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
We are getting there.
We're getting there.
Okay, Mariah, this is AZEEZAH. AZEEZAH, this is Mariah.
Nice to meet you.
Nyinyi ni maactor.
My name's Pink and it's really nice to meet you. You're recommended to the rest of people.
That's a TikTok.
I'm glad at least you know.
I know it's a TikTok.
You'll send him and he'll never watch them. And then tomorrow when you're singing, at the end the TikTok.
Yeah, but Ernest will intimate the
Chaxy,
Hiyo ulikuwa na watch for the tea. Hiyo si challenge. Hiyo ulikuwa tu like, una skippingi za challenge unaenda kwa chai direct.
Come on.
Then the last screenshot I have saved here is from a guy called... so NTV reported October 1st. Kenyan, it's a picture of a guy at the airport with bags. Kenyan who self-deported from the US speaks of peace of mind. He resigned, left his wife and 3 children to rebuild in Kenya.
Oh God. Wewe semetua amepata pesa na
Done.
familia yake.
Ama ametoka tu bibi, ada hizo for.
Shout out to him. How do you self-deport yourself?
Exactly.
Because I know there are many Kenyans stuck in the States
Bro,
without
who are
papers.
running away
They just know the day I leave, I'm never coming back.
Self-deport is wild.
Like,
what do you even say at the embassy?
Nimejideport.
Unaenda embassy unauliza, unasema sina makaratasi. Wanakurusha kwa ndege.
Ama nafanya Kenya Mwass alisema una shoplift kwa supermarket. Nana za fara na secret tu.
Bado wanasali ujinga. Self deportation na maanisha ni kwa bili yake ama bado ni kwa bili ya nani?
Amejitolea. Amejitolea kibinafsi for deportation.
Yeah, but you still get a free flight or you pay for it?
I don't
That's
know.
quite a good question.
Because when they
That's
deport
what I'm
you,
asking.
they pay for the flights and everything.
Interesting.
Msanii Jelani respond akisema is just running away from taking care of his children.
Literally, that's just what it is.
Bruh, self-deportation is crazy. Anyway, congrats on your graduation.
Yeah.
Asante.
Hey,
So mean in a nene.
at least mse first class honors
Yes. Eka ingine. Go that tena.
from the University of Nairobi.
Go that again.
Only the finest.
Bwana.
From the University of Nairobi.
Yeah,
But
lakini
this side.
usiulize nilisoma miaka ngapi.
Bora umemaliza.
Hiyo ni given.
Yeah, 7 years come to a medicine, but you know, the fact is bado tumemaliza.
Congrats, man. Wewe ulipata kuna na third class honors ama na
Yeah.
Second class.
Mulisoma by the same course same.
Honors for privilege. Hiyo ndio yangu.
Wewe ulipata chini ya
Village.
I was there.
Virtue that you were in the school.
Yani ulimaliza.
Virtue
alimaliza.
that I
Yani
was
ni wale
in the
wase,
head.
yani haukuanguka. Kama pass mark ilikuwa 40 ulikuwa unagonga ma 41.
That was Mariah.
Hauna supplement, haurudi lakini unaendelea tu.
Honors with privilege.
Mimi najua Mariah
ndio
anakuanga
yangu.
intelligent.
Waambie.
Eh.
Intelligent is different na mtu amesoma.
Very debatable.
Yeah. Very borderline. No man, hata sisi. It's just literally.
It's the person who knew her the shortest.
Ndio na maoni sana.
Amemjua jana.
Amekula food yake.
And my snacks, lakini vuvuzela zidi.
It's crazy. But you were always an A student. I know that online.
Yes.
Like all through your life.
All through kabisa.
Oh, wow.
From primary, high school. Mimi najua nimesoma Kenya High. Ni ujinga tu nimeamua
Ulikuwa boma?
Ulikuwa boma?
Nilikuwa navaa brown shoes.
What do you mean brown shoes?
The shoes were brown.
had brown
You
shoes.
see Tafis?
Yeah.
Kuna
I've
za
never seen
brown.
brown tafis.
Aya, enda Kenya High.
Specifically for Kenya High.
Yeah.
Why?
Walikuwa na
Because
overdo.
one have up to brown shoes.
You were our sister school and we used to deny you guys.
Nani yao nyinyi?
Changes.
Nani alikwambia tunawataka?
Hatukuwa tunawataka.
Hey.
But kila siku you come for a funky ati sister school is here. Si tunaangalia St. G.
Kweli madem tulikuwa hatukuwa tumeingia jikoni sana tuive. So yeah, but we're doing good.
You guys
unajua funky yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa shule yenu.
Changes open. And you used to bring the smart people and the people with purpose.
Wanamaliza games wanaingia kudiscuss.
Yani tu ati in between your games uko na tu kitabu ya biology. Na uko form 1.
Semetua mko na focus. Sasa tukitaka kusoma what is biology na kamusi
kwa kuna shida. Funky mnakatiana mu exchange time.
That's why we used to love Stato, St. G.
Wana
let us talk.
We know what has brought us here.
Index 1 Wanyaburi hai huko ndio wako hapo.
You are those students you had
imagine nilikuwa buku mbaya.
Maka funky kuna na funky.
Nilikuwa clubs ka zote. Sika hiyo ya kwanza ilikuwa funky ya futa.
Sasa mbona uko na tu set book?
Hatujafundishwa hata anything lakini mimi nishaingia funky na niko first 11 because nilikuwa tomboy mbaya. So nilikuwa nimeenda kucheza futa. Sasa hiyo hata sijaletewa hata jersey ama anything, umeenda na uniform yako ya PE. So imeandikwa index number kila pahali. Ni index number ile kama so kila pahali Aziza Wanjiru Hashim. Nini everywhere. Sasa hiyo umeingia kucheza kwa pitch. So now maboy wa hawa watu wamekuja wamejazana wote and then tulikuwa tunasoma Damu Nyeusi. So Damu Nyeusi the first story ni Aziza mke wangu. So amekuja hapo ameimba mke wangu. And I'm just a mono.
I can see that.
Like I'm just a mono. That is my first week of school. Hata sijasoma niko funky. Alafu ndo hiyo. Yani nilikuwa nasikia shy. Alafu sasa hiyo umepiga bao ya kwanza kama umeingia kwa nani. Jusa kila mtu wewe ni mke wa kila mtu. I'm so sure hata Mwass alikuwa hapo.
Mwass ni mzee huyu.
Mwass alikuwa daktari wa Timerani.
Mwenye alikuwa anaambia sasa hujaumia. Hujaumia sana.
Unajua normally during games when someone gets injured, daktari anafaa kurush kwa ground. Unaweza ku imagine. Mwass anakimbia.
Rushes to the doctor.
Mimi naambia kuja hapa. Natiliwa ice cream yangu.
Oh my God.
Hebu fungua hapo chukue basi.
Unataka kujifunga.
So, nini likudrive ndio study so hard? Mimi unajua I also got A's. All through.
Na ndo maana tumekama.
I know, of course.
Kwa lama FOA Gablan Furai.
For A. Ndio kweli. But sasa mimi nilikuwa village na I was very poor. So mimi nilikuwa najua masomo tu ndio the only way out of the village. Wewe ilikuwa nini unapenda tu kusoma ama there was something else?
Like all through too, but mimi dem nimelelewa Calif. Like mimi dem mtaani. Kabisa. So of course it's either kama tu venye umesema it's either usome ama sasa ningekuwa na watu ikaa watatu na naishi tu bado Calif kwa extension ya hiyo apartment yenye mnaishi wote tu. So it was either or, like ubaki na hiyo maisha kabisa ama do more for your life. So I think hiyo ndo inspiration yangu mostly kwa kila kitu na do. It's either or, like ni umake it ama urudi nyumbani.
Okay. And growing up, what are your dreams?
Kwanza kwa daktari.
Wewe Jurist. Tuwapatie mic huko.
Unafanya nini huko?
Hata sisi tunashanga.
Anyway, mrecord members only.
Yeah, so ulikuwa muuliza?
You wanted to be a doctor yourself?
Yes, nilikuwa nataka kufanya med. Mpaka nilikuwa kwa books zote nilikuwa nimeandika Harvard Medical School. Books zangu zote nilikuwa nataka kufanya med, not for me but for my dad. Juu kuna ile ana light up akisikia my daughter wants to be a doctor nini. So by the time nilimaliza shule, I was supposed to do med. But sasa imefika like, do I actually want to do this? Mimi naogopa hata kuona msee ameumia. Na nilikuwa nimechoka kusoma. Like, of course, nimeshasoma mpaka form 4. Sasa nianze kusoma again for 8 years. I'm like, no.
Kwanza UON ujue hapo ni 12 years.
Hey, bro. Bana. So yeah, so I decided kufanya journalism. Yeah.
Did you have any other interests?
Yeah, nilikuwa nataka kuwa pilot.
Msichana.
Okay. So pilot.
Let's break down your aspirations, please.
So,
okay. Ya kwanza.
Medicine for your dad.
Yes.
Not for yourself.
Aviation for me. But pesa hakuna.
Kwa aviation?
Hakuna pesa ya
kulipa
aviation. Like imagine nilikuwa mpaka nimeapply Emirates Aviation University in Dubai and I got accepted. But sasa hata hiyo pesa ya kwenda huko for you to go through the foundation program ama for your aptitude test haikuwa inawezekana. So ikabidi tu tuangalie ni nini tunaweza fanya, but mimi sasa nilikuwa nishaanza kuhustle from immediately after kumaliza shule tu, even nilikuwa na job.
Ulikuwa unafanya?
Nilikuwa nafanya email marketing Strathmore hapo kwa hiyo student center.
Nile mna email harvest basically.
No, natuma bulk emails.
Emails basically. Hiyo mtu anakulipa pia?
Nilikuwa alipo 10k. I was balling out of control. Tumemaliza tu shule hivi.
But also
kwani power.
Acha tu nikwambie kweli, Muislamu aulewi upigi sherehe. 10k una ball. Mimi 10k ungenipatia
Utakosana kwa shamba na umejenga.
Ocha yes, lakini venye nimekuja Nairobi. Mimi niliacha tabia za Ocha, niliacha Ocha. I was very clear.
Mimi nakwambia
unajua sasa hiyo ukipokea unapatiwa in cash. You've never gotten that kind of money. So tulikuwa wawili madeski tumetoka from high school, alafu sasa tumepata job yetu ya kwanza. Tunaingia kwa hizi mat za Makadara kutoka Strathmore kwenda Tao, unaambia ndo hii thao for 2 please. Alafu ndo urudi umwambie nipatie ile change ya thao. Ni mimi niko na thao. You understand like
and even ndo una ball.
Yeah.
Because in Juja,
happiness.
Juja ungepea mtu 10k. First of all inge last 4 hours. Na hata kumbuka hata limekio.
Yeah. Easy. So then okay, another similarity. By the end of the episode mtuambie vitu similar ngapi. I also wanted to do aviation by the way.
For real?
Hata mimi I applied nilifanya hizo vitu all.
And
then something. Kusota ni kitu mbaya. Mimi by the reason why I'm on this podcast because mimi nilikuwa nimesota, otherwise ningekuwa, because if I pursued aviation ningekuwa hapa nafanya nini na nyinyi.
Unajua na kuimagine za pilot sasa hauna manywele, unakam to focus, umebeba suti. Kwanza uko na suti?
Niko na suti.
Yeah,
niko na suti. Ni venye sasa
suti bila shati ya ndani na tai.
Ukiingia ndege na pilot amevaa hivyo unashukisha.
And I'm feeling the airline. Utakubalia pandaje hivyo?
Badala ya strides amechora tattoo za yani I'll be like, can we be serious?
Ama suti ya vest.
Unashindwa wewe ni pilot ama ni tattoo artist?
Bro, siwezi panda.
Yeah, but and then so Nini still growing up. Apart from school and everything else, what else were you interested in?
Futa.
Only. No, ulikuwa umeiva kucheza ball?
Nilikuwa nacheza ball, but shida nilikuwa nacheza na maboy. I told you I was a tomboy full on. So nilikuwa mse a lot of clubs like Futa, Maroko drama, Maroko MUN, Maroko debate, you're just all over. Yeah.
Na ulikuwa unacheza what position?
Nilikuwa nacheza number 8.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's
mimi si uongo. I'm not even lying. Am I lying? No, I'm not even lying. I play in the position which is a football.
You're in midfield, am I?
In midfield, yeah.
I just wanted to show you guys I know.
At least it was mbona unaangalia hivyo?
You don't give off athletic.
I am very
not giving off. No.
Bro, I play with Ojizo every Wednesday.
It's true.
I'm not even messing
do?
up. Yeah, I still play.
Simunite.
We need you on the stage. Tafadhali wachana nayo.
We have girls.
I don't do anything for fun.
For real.
Really? Zina plays in our team. Zina plays with us. Even Beatty, when she's in the country, she plays in our team.
Yeah.
Tukaongeza kwa group. For real, if you wanna come.
So nowadays, where does your 10k go?
Since you don't do anything for fun, so what do you do?
Yeah, and then you live with your mama this time.
At the time
nikiwa
nani because unaishi na mzazi, of course that's why 10k was a lot of money. Unaishi na mzazi hauna bills zozote. Nganya utalipia 30 bob. Sometimes mtatembea kama mbogi kutoka Makadara muende Tao mkipiga ma stories. So of course zilikuwa tu za kula. Mimi napenda tu kula.
Unataka kukula utamaliza 10k.
Like tulikuwa UN unasikia, I'm sorry to my lecturers. UN unasikia mnenda Daro because kwa tunasoma parallel. So you have this money because during the day you're working, so my classes are in the evening. So mnaambiana baidha kuna restaurant mpya wamefungua ama leo tuende Manhattan. Geuka hiyo bridge muende mkakule. So
hata kuna kula club. Ilikuwa inaitwa
club.
CJ.
So
enyewe ulikuwa una ball.
Yeah, hata wewe kwa na club.
Me, I didn't even know because I was being told about club a day before my God. Yeah, tupatane club. I'm like, which club is that?
Bruh.
No,
bro. So, where does this Swahili come from? Cause you switch Swahili, I'd imagine you grew up in Mombasa. Cause hakuna msee wa Kalif anaongea kama wewe. Wewe umesikia jua kali anasema eti mwanangu, eti kaka braza.
Mwajuaniaje? Chochote ninachosema. Mnamjibu kiasi.
Yeah, where does Swahili come from? You speak really nice Swahili.
Yeah, I'm half Kikuyu, half Bajuni. So that
Bajuni
is where Bajuni ni Waswahili.
Wanatoa Bajuni.
Ando wakulia huko. You all knows who the fuck you are.
Bajuni iko kwa the 44 tribe.
Bajuni.
Tuko.
Wapi?
Tuko. Everyone knows Bajuni.
Nimesikia Bajuni na wewe.
In Lamu.
Wewe ndo ukatukutaki hapa. Unaharibu agenda. Wait, we studied that in school.
Mimi sikumbuki kusoma kitu kama Bajuni.
Lakini si bora mimi.
Wewe ulisoma kwa shule ulienda?
Sasa nitaisomaje na ni mimi?
Najua lakini yani kwa silabasi kuna mahali popote walimention nini Wajuni.
Mika sikumbuki accent, sijui what. Nitakumbuka kweli kitu tulinani.
Ama Wabajuni mko kwa
Bajuni are not part of Mijikenda, are they?
No. Ni Waswahili na Waswahili ni Bantus. You see the way in Swahili kuna watu wana lahaja tofauti.
So Bantu ni Bajuni.
Amesema yani lahaja. Kuna watu wana lahaja tofauti.
Lahaja ndo nini?
Bantu, Nilotes, Kushites, Semites. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, ni Bantu. Si Waswahili wako categorized under Bantu.
Yes.
But kwa Kiswahili, kuna watu wana speak Swahili differently.
Okay.
So kuna Wabajuni, lahaja yao ni ya Kiamu, kuna watu wa Pemba, kuna Wazanzibari, but zote ni Kiswahili. But how you speak Kiswahili is different.
Okay.
Like tuseme, utasema nilikuja nikakungoja huji. Nilikuja nikakungoja hui.
Accent.
Like, ni...
Hiyo pia ni Kiswahili.
Basi ni Kiswahili ya mapua.
So kuna...
Au mwalimu wao alisahau kuinclude letter J wa ABCD.
So Bajuni and Kikuyu.
So Bajuni kwao ni wapi?
Lamu. Lamu, Mombasa.
Damn.
But this is not part of the tribes. This is a sub-tribe within a tribe.
The sub-tribe kwangu sasa ni Baalawi.
Wewe ni ya Somalia. Unataka kuniambia si wa Mogadishu?
Unasikia vile amesema Baalawi. Karibu sema bahali yake.
Tubali. Bajuni mko wangapi? Do you know? Last census?
No, I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
Acha nikwambie mko wangapi. Acha tusettle just once and how many
just drop us
Bajuni like
yes.
that live in Kenya.
Damn.
How many Bajuni live in Kenya? Let's see. According to the 2019 Kenyan Population and Housing Census, there are 91,422 people in Kenya who identify as Bajuni. Damn. I should nisiasikie mnasema anything about Wakuria.
Honestly, Bajuni are the winners.
See, it got 300k and I get shit from these guys.
Bajuni nyinyi ndio the new couriers.
These are the new...
Unajua mimi inaka shocking because ukienda Mombasa, just ask anyone. Yani, I think kuna the largest majority there.
Challenge. The next time when Coast Street check, Bajuni. We ask 100 people. Come
Bajuni meet and greet. Actually, that one will be easier. Bajuni meet and greet.
But you know, it feels like that. Because same here, when when like, what's like some Wakuria, I feel tuko wengi. Then also akianza kunuza
no, but for real.
I'm like, if I took you to the village, imejaa watu, the whole place imejaa Wakuria.
Of course, juu wako huko. Nikasema ati nikupeleke Murang'a uone wa Kikuyu.
Of course.
So of course ukinipeleka Kuria, si kuna Wakuria tu hapo.
Yeah, unajua Bajuni wengine Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, apart from your family members.
Si ukienda Kalif wako. Majengo wako. Wako tu.
Damn.
Na they're not your cousins?
Hapana.
Tupatie tu full name ya wawili.
Si AZEEZAH.
What is your Bajuni name?
Hakuna Bajuni name, si ni ya Kiswahili tu, si ni AZEEZAH tu. Hashim.
So okay. Tribe yenye hamna lugha yenu si tribe.
Kwani hii ni lugha nani?
kusema
Kiswahili.
Ina Kiswahili. Unaona? Ni kama sasa tuseme eti sisi ni tribe yetu. Si wa Kuria lakini tunaongeanga Kijaluo.
Nikakwambia mse wa London ati sasa English is not their language. Jibu hiyo.
In it. Anyway, sawa. So, you register to study medicine?
Yes.
Still too interested, Dad? And then you switch to
piloting.
Aviation was now for me. And then sasa I ended up doing journalism.
But shule uli register nini kusoma medicine?
Nilikuwa nimeka medicine, real estate, na a couple of other things.
Then ukaitwa gani?
Niliitwa medicine because I qualified for medicine. Alafu niliitwa both schools. It was UN na JKUAT. JKUAT walikuwa wameintia real estate. Sijui kwa nini. But yeah.
Real estate pia una need kwenda kusoma.
Jusi ni kwa tu na haga ndio unauza nyumba.
Real estate wa forex.
Sisi unamalizanga kuona TikTok mzima ya house tour na uoni nyumba.
Unaona nyumba.
Unaona tu mdondosaji.
4 bedroom. And a duplex.
Short missing etoboa.
Ungetoboa?
No sina.
Nini duplex?
No. Sina kiuzio.
Hauna kiuzio.
Kiuzio is crazy.
Una viuzio.
Una viuzio.
Unazo.
Boy.
Guy bako unalia.
Zipo.
Tafari nsaidia tissue.
Tissue inaitwaje na Kibajuni?
Tissue.
Tissue. Hata kama ni kunidanganya.
Oh my God.
Lugha ni yangu ama ni yako?
Lugha hata si yenyu.
Lugha si yenyu.
Hamna lugha. Maana kwa Waswahili tuwaita karatasi shashi.
Okay, true.
Weni
Mimi ni mnoma.
Mimi ni mnoma.
Sikudanganya. Huyu ni wa kutoka Mulanga.
Mulanga huyu.
Bado sini cousins.
Wewe umesema unajua.
Nimesema ni Wanjiro. Half.
But you only know 4 Kikuyu words.
Yeah.
Sasa Kikuyu ni yangu ama ni yako?
Hata Kikuyu.
Zikiwa nne si bado ni
I
zangu.
only know how to speak Kikuyu when I'm bargaining.
Which is?
No.
I man.
What does that mean?
It just means man.
So that's how you bargain.
Mi kaa nilikuwa nakuzia kiatu mtumba hapo, hakuna kenye umeniconvince.
True.
So Mr. Kareke money, what does that mean?
Mr. Kareke money, it means nothing, but it means
It
everything.
means nothing.
It means
It's giving a riasu. Pass the mic. Tafari wants to say something. Huh? No, because it means...
it means...
Like, it doesn't mean...
It means Mr. WhatsApp. Because Kareke money is WhatsApp.
Kareke loosely translates to nini kama Mr. Nini.
Todonike.
Like nini.
So what does he mean when he calls himself an Erosh says?
Ni jina tu ya kujidai.
Jina tu ya kujigamba.
Yani mimi ni Mr. Nini.
Nini wewe? Nini yani?
Sasa hapo amesema nini?
Exactly. I'm so confused, bro.
Wasanii.
Because I thought maybe there's context to why he calls himself
Mr.
that.
What nigga?
Because you see
If you translate it in English.
because you see when you say Kareke wewe nini
Nini wewe?
Kama the DJ who was at our hangout at Gilby's.
DJ Who's Who?
DJ Who's Who.
Yeah, we have seen.
And I've also seen a poster with a DJ called Unknown DJ.
Unknown DJ.
Sasa.
I think it's a very cool name.
Wewe kuja tu ukiwa unajoin na
Kuja kama unajitambua, wacha maneno mingi ati unknown.
Nameless was enough. The whole just needed one. Nameless was enough.
Ati unknown.
Ati unknown.
Bootleg match?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Even there's a DJ called Lorem Ipsum.
Eh?
I
Lorem
like this
Ipsum.
name.
Very creative, I guess.
Alikuwa tuandike nini kwa poster? Acha placeholder, let me think, alafu poster ikaprintiwa.
Lorem Ipsum. Anyway, AZEEZAH.
Wasanii mtatuonyesha mambo.
So umeingia medicine.
Sikuingia. Sikufikanga.
Uliitwa tu.
And then?
Sikuitikia mwito.
Na Dubai pia ukuenda.
Hakukuwa na pesa za kwenda jamani.
Na ulikuwa unaenda
Sasa
interview.
hivyo. So kuna acceptance pale, alafu sikuweza kufika.
Yeah.
So sasa hiyo mimi nilikuwa napiga tu hustle tu. Like me from the get go tumemaliza shule this week. By the next week I had a job. So nilikuwa napiga tu job. Nilicreate mpaka wase website, tukaenda tukajikalisha, tukajifundisha Python kidogo. Tuka create. So I was doing a lot of things. And then finally, wase wanaenda kureport UN. And then I don't know what I want to do.
Damn.
So tukakaa na mama angu, akaniambia na vile unapendaga kuongea sana. Story debates, nini, everything. So you try journalism. But then, kuna kuwaga na hii, I don't know why we pump this notion into kids that for you to be successful, lazima kumefanya either med, engineering, ama law. So I felt like the black sheep from shule yenye umekam, you've gotten good grades, kuambia your colleagues that, naenda kufanya journalism. So I'm like, okay. It took me like a whole week or two. Wasiwasha reports, ndo finally mi nika report baadaye. So I want an interfaculty transfer. Hawataki kunipatia interfaculty transfer. Enda ufikirie. So mwishoe mamangu ananiambia we nenda tu chukua hata parallel basi. Ndo at least ufike shule. But at that time, mamangu hataezi kuafford parallel. So she has to take a loan to help me out. Because we don't want to tell my dad that nataka kufanya journalism.
Hata feel umewestizo zote.
Like there's no way on earth. Takuletea watu wa kuombea unakichaa. So yeah, went ahead to report for journalism. And sasa hapo ndo nikajiambia, if I'm going to do this course, that watu wanasema ni ama failure in quotes. Because that's a perception apatiwaga. I want to be the best at it. Like nitaisomea, but pia nitaprove a point. So initially ilikuwa kuprove a point.
So your dad up to now anajoin Daktari Royal Media Hospital.
Not really. Tulimwambia nafanya law. So the first 2 years alikuwa anajua niko UN nafanya law. So even when you meet his friends, ni ile our landed friend, our but unasikia aibu kuambia. So it's like ile siku nitashow babangu, ni time yenye sasa nimepata job ya maana. But of course he found out along the way. And when he found out,
you didn't tell him he found out?
Yeah.
How did he find out?
Si nilikuwa naenda hizi ma internships za kuvolunteer. So when I started, kulikuwa tumefungua online station for 3 months tunatafuta interns. So nimeenda nimevolunteer huko, wanafunga unaenda volunteer huko. So kila siku nikimuitisha fare, hizi fare zenye unataka ni za kwenda wapi? So all of a sudden like on online anaona niko kwa ka online station hapo. Anashanga unafanya nini hapa? So ndo mwishoe nikamwambia nafanya now he realized nafanya journalism basically. So he didn't talk to me for like a whole month. Because what was he going to tell his friends? Sasa wewe unafanya law, unataka kuniaibisha mbele ya watu.
Yeye ndo bragged. Acha niulize, yeye alifanya nini? Yeye alifanya nini?
You're bragging your children. Nilikuzaa ndo ufanye zile vitu sikufanya. Yeah, so he was supposed to take pride in that. But unfortunately he couldn't. But finally ile siku niliingia Ibru, akaona niko kwa news na anchor news nafanya kitu serious. Finally ikaanza ku make sense.
Oh damn. Then so he became proud. Anaambia wekeni hii pamoja.
That is the thing. Like marafiki zake wakikuja ile interview mpaka alikuwa for the longest time akibrag na interview yangu na Calligraph on Teen Republic. Watu wamekuja, ebu weka ile interview ule rapa ulisema ni nini ule anakuanga amekasirika sana.
Acha amekasirika sana.
Eka hiyo interview.
Na wewe ni nani kafe?
The OG was respected.
Yeah. Like I owe it to him, at least nilipata heshima kidogo.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Kumbe OG yako tu kwa hata ajui.
Building careers na ajui.
OG saizi anajanga gym huko. Kumbe alipatia na validity ama credibility to what you're doing. That's fire, man. So radio presenter, TV presenter, MC, voiceover artist, DJ, social media influencer. What a resume.
Amazing.
Man. Oh.
Hey.
I'm such a girl's girl, by the way. By that, big shout out to Mariah. She's one of the very few very genuine women who always make sure, like, ataki kuambia kitu, anakuambia from a point of, ame take time yake kukuongelesha. Si zile za, hey girl, that's fire, clock it, sijui nini. Muda adeki na clock it zako.
Si atujuyo Mariah umesema, kama nini alikuambia, si atujuyo. Mariah tunajua hapa bully.
Nimesema girls.
Yeah.
Girl.
Ule kwani ni mwanaume?
Who ni broshodo?
Ati bro what?
No, easy. Yeah.
What broshodo?
Hey.
Yeah. So what a resume, man. Curious to know, where does the whole media thing begin for you officially?
So
online radio in uni?
Yes, nilifanya
another thing we have in common, hata mimi sema.
Bana, for real.
I'm serious.
Uko unatumia mse link akusikize.
So si tulikuwa na link but tulikuwa na frequency because it was a community station.
Online.
Tulikuwa online bado.
Yetu unajua kuconvince msee like ukiingia on air unaona one listener nani mwenye station akitoka hakuna mtu anakusikiza.
That's tough. But I did online radio ilikuwa unverified.
But hizo
sips drink.
Hizo zenu zilikuwa zimemoka. Wewe ushaenda kufanya breakfast show in the morning, alafu mmeifanya kwa kabed sitter, hakuna tokens. So mnangoja mwenye station amke saa 2 aweke tokens ndo mwanze breakfast show. Yenye ilikuwa inafaa kuanza 6. That is an online radio.
Kwa hakuna show.
Si sasa
Na mbona mke saa 2 kama anajua kuna tokens?
Sasa alikuwa anajua iko sawa. So tokens imeisha mkinani. Mnaingia 6 am t amna tokens na mnafaa kwenda on air. So mkae msubirie kwenye giza.
Na okay, mlikuwa na how many listeners?
Sina kwambia mwenye station, mama yangu akiwa Kanjo, aeke ndo watu wasikize, at least nisione sina mtu ananisikiza, my big sister, and mwenye una interview akikam na watu wake.
Damn! Bro, those beginnings can humble you.
Hizo stations kama hii umefanyia hivyo.
Damn.
Before mtu wa believe in you, na zote ni bure. Nilikuwa natembea mpaka Baricho Road. Unatoka Kariakoo. Si Kariakoo pali, Kariakoo Methodist Church iko karibu na Starry Boys. Unatembea mpaka Baricho Road, from Baricho Road unatembea mpaka UON. From UON at least uko nako umetumia do yako mpatwa so 2 per day. Umetumia do yako kama so hiyo ingine ikupeleke nyumbani.
Hebu nionyeshe sikombe yako.
Nilikwambia mtu anacheza kutaa.
Nilikuwa nangoja hiyo.
No, in stiff.
But yeah, but that is hiyo ni grand crazy. So at this point umeamua you want to pursue radio? That's why you're going ham.
That's why I'm doing radio. All that. But at the time, daughter tujuane na Tafari, tulikuwa tunafanya Xiaomi. So at least you ilikuwa napatia pesa here and there because we started working. Is it okay?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sawa. We started working with them from venye nimemaliza tu hivi high school. So hapo ndo tulijuana hata na Tafari because yeye na another guy who's
DJ
also
Babji.
one of my mentors. Yeah,
Rama.
Babji. By that, big shout out to Rama. Babji, a mentor, a big brother. Amenishikilia miaka mingi. So yeye wakiwa na Tafari, they've opened a lot of doors for me. So from there, bado unafanya Xiaomi. But I had to leave the job at some point because sasa the grind is you have to focus on one thing. Yeah. So hapo nilikuwa social media manager, sijui unauza kwa sales kwa ile shop ya Sarit Center na bado wewe mnafanya marketing, tulikuwa tunafanya everything. Alafu my first time seeing gig nilipatwa na Tafari na Babji. Walilipaga ilikuwa 8,000.
Damn.
Wewe unaongea kizungu mingi kuja MC. I'm like mnanilipa 8,000. Ndio nikam nibonge tu. Sishikiki kudadeki.
Ilikuwa launch sasa.
Like that was unbelievable, and then right now they're both paying me in hundreds of thousands. So to make grow now over the years.
Unatafuta assistant.
Imagine hata sina assistant, sina manager, sina chochote.
We'll get there.
Ndio summarize kitu teke haraka tusirudi hapa. So from there ndo nika audition for Formo TV, ilikuwa inaoniwa na Big Ted.
This is now your first time auditioning for mainstream?
For mainstream-ish.
Got you.
It was an online TV sasa. Okay. Sasa hiyo umefika kwa TV. So nikamwambia tu wewe nipe gig, mimi hata sitaki pesa yoyote. Pali yote mnye mnaenda event, nipatie tu mic nitazunguka nikiinterview kila mtu. Then from there sasa nikaingia Ibru, alafu ndo nikaingia NRG, but NRG nilikuwa audition for 3 different times within a span of 4 years before nikubali. Wow. My first video iko kwa YouTube mpaka sasa 2 kids audition for energetic MVPs. Kwa sina mbele wala nyuma. But hakuna station naweza sema sijai tuma demos. Everywhere I have. Damn. So vitu zilianza kufunguka Ibru to NRG to NTV alafu sasa now Citizen.
Nice. So your debut on mainstream radio was a breakfast show.
Yes.
Hey.
How old were you?
What were we doing?
I was 21 or 22.
You are 21?
21 or 22 there. I
Doing
don't remember.
breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, so for context...
As a first show?
Yeah,
yes.
Ever in mainstream radio. So for context, maybe our younger audience, when you breakfast on radio
Prime, that's
was
what people
the prime.
achieve.
That was the biggest show on any radio.
To date.
And also, it came with the most commitment. You have to be up like at 4-3 in the morning every morning.
Because it shows us at
the
6,
entire week. Yeah.
Prep,
and you need to prep, you need to get ready, go to the Fika station, unless you live next to the station. So breakfast was a big show, but it was also the most demanding show.
Yeah.
So wewe debut yako ndio umeingia 21 breakfast.
Depend.
Brother,
Hey.
I was so reckless at 21. If I
can't
ever
imagine.
did like
Bro, they'd
breakfast,
fire me tomorrow.
bro, I'd have been fired, fined, and blacklisted from media.
But sasa ini job yenye audition 2021, 2018 nili audition, 2019, 2020 kulikuwa na COVID hakuna auditions, 2021 finally ndo amenipea chance. Ukipatiwa chance,
Yeah.
pata chance ya kutesa man.
That's true.
So these 4 years you're trying to get on energy.
Yeah.
What is happening in your life? Ndo unafanya hizi vitu za
Hizi vitu
Xiaomi.
zingine zote Xiaomi, online station, bado uko shule, bado unapiga mamboka hapo katikati, unaorganize events zenye zina flop. So I was literally trying everything. Just one thing to msee akuone tu ama believe in you. But ndo nipate breakfast, it was because I had a background in news and I used to do a lot of politics na tuko tunaenda towards I think the election season. So they needed someone akona balance ya unaelewa siasa na vitu zenye zina happen but bado uko na kaufala kidogo.
Yeah. So you get into radio, you land on breakfast. Was it everything you expected?
It came with its highs and lows. Ile nikiongea from an honest viewpoint. Because of course this is a big station, it's youthful, umekuwa unaitaka sana. Na mini wale nilikuwa naamka at 3 a.m. by 4:30 I was always in studio. There's no day at Energy I went without makeup. Siku hizi ndo nimekuwa at least free kidogo. I used to do my makeup, nini kila kitu. Nikifika hapo by 5 mmenipata hapo nishafanya research and everything. But of course pia it came with because una meet na wase wenye, everyone was famous, everyone had numbers. I was the least
King
followed.
Kalala?
Nilikuwa na Kalala tulikuwa tunafanya show moja. But at the time there was Charlie Karomi who was so amazing. Like he was
Shout out to Charlie.
Super
I
talented.
love Charlie so much.
like
Yeah.
Charlie, I think, is the most amazing person I met on radio because he was so welcoming. Like, try this. Why don't you say this? Why don't
And
you
so
do
funny.
this?
Yeah.
Like, kila kitu.
Shout out to Charlie.
Yeah. So
And then?
at that time, tulikuwa tunafanya Charlie na Natalie. And then we had like a
Gideonji.
DJ. Yeah. There was DJ Sean. And then we changed to DJ Coljax. But so now getting to be with that kind of environment, which was a good environment, but also came with a lot mentally that I had to deal with. So
We have time.
it put me into depression proper. Yeah. Like it was my unaona ile kitu umekuwa unataka so much but bado
It's
the
not-
environment
yeah.
wasn't so good. Let me just say. Like we had the most amazing bosses, but the environment for me led me into a lot of nani mentally. So
You weren't
When
feeling
you say the
fulfilled.
environment, in what essence?
like the
Westlands.
people around. So unaona kila mtu ni celeb hapo,
okay,
alafu
okay.
wewe ni ka nobody. Hauna numbers, there's nothing. I wasn't funny or I didn't have like a, like ile
like
face and
charisma,
look.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have a
nini.
personality? Like, what
I
do you
was
mean,
still
like
trying to figure myself
Gotcha.
out. Yeah. So without that, like auko hapa. Wewe na 8,000 followers wako, 10,000 uko tu somewhere. So
But
there was
is that how the place made you feel, or was that just a projection of how you felt from within?
it was a couple of things from
Okay.
the environment there. But I'm glad that I faced that because that's a shape. If I didn't go through that, I'm grateful I did. If I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be the Aziza that I am at Citizen, whereby I don't take BS from nobody.
Anyone.
Sema hivi. Nilikuwa nimeingia kama kabebi, umebebiwa all through your
But also
life.
you were young.
And then now you come
Yeah.
meet
Yeah.
a lot of, different circumstances.
Experienced
You have to grow
people.
tough skin.
Yeah.
Pendo spende.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, now it's tough.
And all this, and you're still waking up
definitely
at 3
tough.
a.m.
Yes.
Were you actually looking forward to going to work? Or there some days?
Most of the days ni kitu unataka, unajua it's a battle of umekuwa unataka hii kitu so bad na imekam but haijakam venye una expect but you still have to show up every single day because ukiangalia Kenya umeacha nyuma, you can't go back. So you can't go back, you have to keep going forward regardless of whatever it is that is coming.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. The on-air proposal by Prezzo, was that real? At
No.
Energy?
So hiyo kitu by the way ilikuwa na hii ni kitu tushasema before.
Okay, it's just-
Prezzo is like fam kabisa, we sasa hiyo ni uvivu yako.
Yeah.
Yeah, like hiyo siku ilikuwa like Valentine's. So every show was tasked with bringing a celebrity. But now ilikuwa kama speed dating. So on our show we were like, why don't we take it up a notch? Badala tufanyie, because I think asubuhi walikuwa anaitwa nani, baby girl wa the new body. Si Vera wako kwenye channel. This other Pretty Vichy, yes. Yeah, so they had Pretty Vichy in the morning. We had now to look for someone, and then Drive had somebody else. So yeah, tulikuwa ile yenye, because najua Prezo is very...
Extra.
Best candidate.
He's always down for any good idea.
So I called him and I'm like, why don't we do this? And he was like, to take it up a notch, wacha tufanye ka proposal. And then at the time he was launching his biashara for grills. So what was actually in the box was grills.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a business plan ya ku transition to him.
Prezo is the best.
He understands showbiz in such an amazing way. So after that, unfortunately, sasa everyone bought into the proposal. Yuko experienced. Mimi ni newbie. Sielewi why everyone is talking about it. Maka watu wa Tanzania wanaongelea because he's known all over East Africa. So yeah, but he helped a lot in making sure that this is how we're gonna do it. This is how we're gonna make it clear, so that family pia bado feel some type of way. Yeah.
Damn, that's how close your family wanna follow. Me family yangu, even if I got married today, unless I tell them.
You won't get a phone call.
If it gets on Facebook, I'll get the worst I'll get is a message like, why you didn't invite us already? And it could be even 10 days later, bro.
Amaile message too.
Wazazi wangu wote wako TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram.
Okay, you can't escape.
Mamangu yuko mpaka ako nani exclusive ya BNN. Nifikane huko. She will know before I know.
Udaku tu. Lakini waswahili na udaku.
Analipia kila mwezi.
Sasa sijui lakini yuko hapo, so by the time wewe unawekwa hapo ashaona. So mnione huruma jamani, mzazi wangu asishtuke. I'm trying to keep it clean.
But she understands what you do and what could come out of things.
Yes.
Now she does.
Now she does. Initially unajua kuna ile shock bado ya kiubinadamu tu ya kawaida.
So she take whatever she did on the blog to be the truth.
Babangu kwanza vile aliona hiyo ya proposal. Hey, yani kwa vitu zote ukaamua.
Unamwambia tu ni kiki.
Anataka kusikia.
Took a while kwa sasa yako na mabeshte zake, na beshte zake wanamuuliza mtoto wetu ameamuaje.
Damn. That bro.
Basi nimefunguka sana huku.
Uko sawa. Uko sawa.
Yani hiyo umefunguka.
Msip guys, msiki.
Mic check podcast extra. Podcast extra. Mic check podcast clips. Bro, those pages are so many. But shout out to those guys. Imagine talking about clips. I feel like clips ndio wana clip ndio wana help wase kama sisi kugrow.
Facts.
Because sisi will come record long hours. Kuna tu mse mwenye hizo small moments, that's what people watch and share so much.
Because even on the comments watu wanakuanga, which episode is this?
True.
And then they go back to check the full.
Clippers ndio wameshikilia industry size. So
okay, no, I was gonna ask, leading to you exiting Energy, was a decision that you felt like, okay, probably my time is up? Was it because, like you said, you were going through it mentally and just got to a point, maybe you were just like, okay, I'm over it?
Not really. I tried to leave a couple of times, but I felt that kila kitu yenye nahapenigi kwa maisha yangu, Mungu anakuwaga na sababu ya, I feel like he gives me a task to deal with until you learn from it, ndo atakutoa. So I was strong enough. By the time ilikuwa nafika hapo, tulikuwa tusha get used to things, everything now imealign, kila kitu iko poa. So I got a call from Citizen to come and do a screen test. So job zangu zimekuaga tu, ukitoka hapa tayari una kitu kingine. Ukitoka hapa you have something else.
Sita tunatafuta, like you just got a call.
From Citizen, I just got a call. Hizi jobs zingine zote ni mimi nime-audition. Because me, by the time Willis alikuwa anatoka, I was like, I can't wait to see what I pick nani. I even had like...
at the time.
Yeah, I was like, by the me na root for kwa box sana sana. Because naona kuna energy ya hiyo show and everything. There is no way on earth mimi ningewaiji picture. So even when I got the call, I was like, hata ni vizuri wameniita nifanye screen test. Huku kando, nobody knows I auditioned. So even if I lose it, nobody knows. So I still have a job. I'm still okay.
Bruh.
Damn.
So huko, like, you're curious to see who they're going to. And then it ends up being you and Buddha.
Yeah, like I had ideas. Nilikuwa like, kama si kwa box, maybe Amina, because ashatoka NTV. Alafu nilikuwa nishaambia Amina, by the way, mimi transition yangu ilikuwa nitoke Teen Republic, ni host The Trend, but now have a different name for it.
Okay.
So hata she was
Switch up
grooming me for that.
So uliambia Amina natoka Tin Republic nichukue kazi yako.
See, I love
it.
like me and her were like really close. We had a lot of similarities. Sote tumetoka Kenya High, sote tuko na the same
Which is
background
fine.
nini.
But ulimwambia mimi jua niko tu hapa but nataka kazi yako.
coming for your job.
Na nikichukua kazi yako na change yote.
I'm coming for your job.
She's one person who always used to make sure, like, what do you want to do next? And even for my bosses at NTV at the time, wakiniuliza, what is next for you after Tin Republic? Niliwaambia 3 years, na nikimaliza 3 years, nataka kufanya hiyo time slot ya Friday, ya usiku, because I looked up to Bonanza and she had a show on a Friday night. So I was like, one of the things I want to take off my boxes ni a Friday night show, but now at NTV in a different way. So I mean, alikuwa najua mimi nikitoka, I will hand over the show to you. And I am coaching you and mentoring. Yeah.
Hiyo ni lahaja gani?
Lahaja ya
Dadeki.
Kudadi. Lahaja la kudadi.
So at this point, are you already doing your MC and hosting gigs?
Yes.
Okay. So this is running. Even at Energy, you're still hosting and doing MC gigs?
Yes. But sasa Xiaomi tu ndo at least walikuwa wananilipa. Huku kwingine, please mnaweza nipea chance. Like nikam tu ni wa show, unaenda Nairobi Festival, nini. Ngojea, you have received, unangojea. Yeah. Like kuna pali mingi, ile tu niseme ukweli mimi. There are a lot of jobs I did for free. Just nipeeni tu chance. Na naenda nachukua mshahara yangu yote, nalipa dancers, nalipa security, nalipa videographer. Na bakia sina hata sumni. Nitatembea kwenda job. But at the end of the day, I'm like, maybe kuna time tu msi ataona.
The grind, bro.
Kuna kujituma alafu kuna hii.
I don't know, I respect that. That is very respectful. I'm glad everything is paying off.
Honestly.
Because, bro, sometimes you look at people, people see the results, they never see the process. I'm at the journey.
Yeah.
So sometimes you look at guys and you admire how successful they are. But when they tell you the story,
understand,
I'm like, I'm so glad it worked in your favor.
Because it's reached 8 years, bana. I took the stairs, not the lift. So, imechukua long. And I think we should normalize baby girls out there ku appreciate despite the pressure, because hata mimi nasikianga hiyo pressure unaingia online uko like guy mnatoa wapi pesa ya kwenda Santorini guys? Like mimi nikiangalia kwenye savings kidogo hapa kuna vitu mingi unafanya, there's no way on earth. So we should normalize telling girls the truth that sometimes or more often than not you'll have to take the longer route. And it's okay even when it takes longer. Sa ile itakam, itakuwa very, very satisfying. Na social media isifanye utake kujicompare sana na watu. Mimi bado sijanunua gari, but by the end of this month.
Iko comedy.
Yeah.
Iko comedy already.
Like sahi ni mimi ukiniona na bonnet yangu nimefunika wig.
Kuna makadila huku nje. Kuna makadila huku nje.
Hey. Can I introduce you to my friend called Burale?
Hapana.
Chunga, kuna makadila huku nje.
I don't like it.
Na best yake anaitwa Khalif Cairo.
Chunga.
Lakini kama ni end month ashanunua, yani
Iko kwa meli.
Hapana, it's a partnership yenye tuko nayo yenye bado ina nani.
I like that.
So,
you know why?
just know it's an electric car.
Okay.
Listen, I like that because, bruh, do you know, genuinely speaking, with the level of influence you have, do you know how many, not free, but do you know how many things you can get that you don't have to pay for in cash?
Yeah.
Bro, like a car. Why spend your own money in a car when someone can give you a car, just promote their business?
Yeah.
Value exchange too.
You know what I mean? Yeah, why pay rent when someone can
Give you a house.
Duplex. Zidi.
Napenda kwani hao watu wanatoka wapi?
Acha nikwambie mwanangu.
Mmoja ajitolee hapa hii. Kwa mfano.
Ushauza sera, ushafanya kazi basi. Ushauza
Acha
sera.
nikwambie.
Nitamwombea in exchange.
Piga tu picha kama mataka wako nje. That's all you need.
Shida ni sina.
Haya yenye uko nayo hayo tu.
No.
Cameraman.
Kila biashara ina mnunuzi. Uza.
No, lakini guys, niko na wazazi.
Wazazi wanakasirikanga alafu wanaona check. Wanaanza kuambia usitingisha sana.
No, but how do you sleep at night?
Comfortably.
Very comfortably. Na matako inchi.
Honestly, morals na wazazi wakali is the only problem.
Kwa hiyo sasa
Hiyo tu
ningekuwa
ndio
sina
shida.
morals na singekuwa na wazazi wakali sasa
Hata si
ningekuwa
lazima usikue nazo sana. Unaweza kuwa tu nazo kidogo. Unajua kuna
Bora wazazi wako ngumu.
kuna wenye wako all out wenye hata you don't expect anything else. Na kuna wenye wanacheza safe, huwezi jua. Huwezi jua. Ukikuwa mabesta zao ndio kwa like
Haya.
mimi thought ni bidii.
Ni bidii. Uko ni bidii.
Mzazi anatakanga tu kuona stability kidogo tu. Anakwambia lakini usivae ile katakundu, vae ile ingine.
Come on.
Ni kweli, once your dad has his dream car,
Chill.
yani unaweza shangaa iliwe. Is this the same dad?
Anageuka anaambia mabeste yako wenye walisoma wakakuwa madaktari hawana gari. Yangu ya stima.
Na charge gari mwanangu nije.
Aziza amefanya usiniambie.
Ama sema nitumie video sita watch lakini ita play. Apate playback moja.
Madness. Nah, but
So,
good one.
out of all hizi vitu to mention you do, which one suffers the most? Because anything you're capable of doing multiple things and you pursue all of them, which I think is what we should do. Because hii maisha unaishi once.
Yeah.
All the gifts you have, explore all of them. But at some point, one kuna new, which suffers the most?
Me. Because zote naipatia a lot of myself. So ni mimi mwisho wa siku. That means not having a social life. The last time I went for a date, I think was 2 years ago.
That's gonna change.
Like sina time hata ya kuongea na
That's
mse.
gonna change.
Unadai kunipeleka date?
Yeah.
Bana.
I'll take you on a date.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Let's
you.
go. Let's go on a date.
Nitavaa smart, usijali.
Say less.
Unapenda kala?
Hey. Hey.
Fushia.
So I'll take you on a date. 2 years.
Yeah. So unapata there are things that suffer because by the time unafika nyumbani, like for the last 4 weekends, I haven't even seen my mom. Niliona mamangu siku ya graduation and that was it because sijakuwa hata in the country for the last couple of weekends. So unapata the person that suffers the most is me. You don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to take care of yourself. You don't have time maybe for your friends sometimes. But I'm glad that I do have friends ambao wanaelewa. Now I work with some of my friends.
Nice.
So you give your all Monday to Friday to radio. You're on TV. You're MCing
Both
all over the
corporate
place.
and
I also
imagine
run
that.
a company as well, which is an entertainment company. So kuna artists that unaleta, the artists that there's something we're working on, there are investments you want to make, there's content you're doing katikati. So
Hey, how do you unwind?
Wewe sasa huwezi sema eti I'm just a girl. Well, there's no room to be just a
na
girl.
girl bana. Si ati napenda, but
It's what you have to do.
hakuna option. Yeah.
How do you unwind? Umesema una hobbies.
Si kukaa kuwatch movies za Kikorea na kukula.
Kukula is very constant.
Like in everything I do,
Kisha
food is my
umeshiba.
number one priority. Fanya kitu ingine yoyote lakini nikipata chance ya kula chakula kwanza ni junk. Nyumba yangu inakuwa imejaa tu junk.
Hii mwili ni unaifeeding junk. Hizo
Lakini
genetics
unajua tena
is strong.
amekimbia.
Huh?
Unajua amekimbia Monday to Friday ako tu.
Bethe.
Kwanza Cheque because said the menye eat.
Yeah. So which one do you enjoy the most?
I think at the moment, concerts. Being on stage is just so different because naturally away from work, now I'm saying nimenyamaza tu, sina maneno mingi. So I'm introverted. So mna watu hizo matravert watu mnaziita nini? Hiyo sasa nimeisikia siku hizi wanaita hivyo. So where you are introverted huku lakini when I'm on stage I'm a different person. So there's AZEEZAH the person alafu kuna media mezaya. Sasa ukiwa on stage napenda mziki mbaya. So just your energy, that is my favorite time ever. I forget about everything else.
Yeah. Media Messiah unasave nani?
The
Unasave
media.
nani for hii media?
We kwa mfano unaona hizi vitu zote ninafanya save nini?
Mimi naweza kuambia unasave nani?
Nani?
But unataka get from your perspective and I tell you what I was thinking. No, for real. Where did it come from?
Imagine it came from someone kwa DM. Like nikiwa naanza na mimi sikuelewa why unanipatia jina Kai. So me at the beginning nilichukua ka challenge. Sasa kama vile Messi anaitwa Mezaya in soccer, it's like a literal term. So to be like the blueprint or the leader in something to show people how
Things can be done different.
Yes. So mi nikasema right now siwezi sema hii jina nime-own up to it, but over time nataka kujichallenge nifikie hiyo level it makes sense.
You feel like you have?
Not yet, but slowly but surely inaenda make sense.
AZEEZAH,
Nah, you've done fine beyond, bro.
Mi unajua unaweza sikia msee ako na AKA na afu unasema
Drop it.
But I think you've lived up to the name. Like, genuinely.
Nitafeel nime-live up to the name. Nikifika BET red carpet, nikifika E-News where I have my own show. That is my only goal.
So Hollywood is still...
nasemanga CNN, sijui nini. Nataka kufanya hiyo ndo sasa connect what we have here in the African continent. Because wase wote nime look up to. Kwambox, Amina, Caroline Motoko. They show us the greatness up to a certain level. So najiulizaga after tumefika hapa, next ni wapi? Mbona tuna ceiling? So maybe kupush your ceiling kidogo so that someone who comes after me, I push hata zaidi.
So Hollywood is the dream for you still?
Yeah. Chris Brown amengojea hapo.
I love it.
Like, unajua labda sahi uvumilivu wote ni wakuwa stepmother. So kwake
okay.
So kwa mtu yoyote kwake net worth hiyo.
Hata si leo umesema nini lakini na
No, now that we're even on that conversation, I need to understand. AZEEZAH, I think every okay, not me say every, but most of the interviews I've seen, you're either talking about marriage or how you really want to get married or how you don't mind being a second wife.
Kido.
Okay, so
niulize maswali zingine.
No, most of the interviews I've seen, she's either talking about marriage, how she really wants to get married, or how she doesn't mind being a second wife. Which leads me to ask, how important is marriage to you?
It is important, but shida si mimi. Mi ukiniuliza swali na mi ni mjinga, nitakupatia tu I just go with the flow in any situation. So, but the first time niliuliza hiyo swali na Kido, my brother, nampenda sana lakini baba niulize maswali zingi.
Kido na kwa na weekend Oktoberfest.
AZEEZAH.
Alafu basi yani.
Watu wanauliza, mi kwanza hiyo swali watu wameuliza, tumeona, mi pia ni mdaku, hizo udaku mnatoa wapi penye?
Mbona mama yako kwa BNN na majaona?
Mamangu ndo first udaku ashanipatia BNN wamepost mimi ni premium. So hii yenye mnasema mmeona mmeonea wapi? You cannot outdo the doer.
True.
Yeah, so ni maswali unaona sasa kama hapa mmeniuliza maswali ziko na sense. Sasa ndo tumejibu okay pia with a bit of nonsense. So tumejibu zote. But kila pale ukienda unaolewa lini hata mimi sijui mleteni tuone.
Kwani unajioa?
Ndo hapo.
watu wanauliza na watu ni yeye.
Watu
Unless unajiulizia.
mashabiki wanataka kujua.
Ndio mashabiki.
If you are asking for yourself, just tell me. We see.
Truly.
Yeah.
Nini umesema concerts ndio your favorite? And tuko officially sherehe season. Hey bro. Officially sherehe season.
The Friday of the year.
Literally tumeingia Friday of the year. Unajua leo ni Friday, kesho ni Friday, kesho ni Friday. Na after hapo ni Friday bado. So how crazy is your schedule about to be?
Very, very crazy.
Okay.
Like hata nimejiambia this weekend, I just want to take a break. Because sasa unapata gigs zilikuanga tu maybe Saturday ama Friday. But right now, because I do both corporate and now concerts. Unajikuta kuna corporate na concerts zote. So kwanzia Thursday niko na gig mbili. Then Friday you have something else. Saturday you have something else. Sunday you have something else. And because I've been expanding my brand intentionally towards East Africa. So unaweza pata this weekend uko TZ. The other weekend uko UG because there are a couple of things I'm working on. The other weekend you're
all over the place.
Damn.
So unajua ukifanya hizo vitu zote, let me ask hapa na collect nini? What's your go to beer?
Tusker Malt.
Tusker Malt.
Yes.
Tusker cider?
Tusker cider.
Mimi sikunywagi.
Wewe unywagi. Wewe unaambia watu wanywe.
Mimi naambia tu mnywe nyinyi.
I forgot what Jesus doesn't drink. Randy, your go to beer. Your mic is there. Tafari kuja hapa. Your go to beer?
Tusker.
Tusker.
Yeah.
Cider.
Cider. Yeah.
Hey.
Jer.
Hello, French.
White Cup.
White Cup. Last one. Ciders. What's he blaming?
Kwanzia leo.
Brother Frank, what do you drink normally?
Nani anaamka anasema flavor sauti?
Unapona na mita broshodo.
Flavor.
Haya,
Yeah,
hiyo
bro.
hiyo. Huu ni broshodo.
So how do you drink your beers for the beer drinkers?
Most preferably with a lemon. Nikeke a nice squeeze of lemon. There's just a tongue yenye uko nayo that's just...
Me, every time I think about a beer, I just think about the beach. Somewhere hot with no schedule.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So ni Mombasa gang na beer.
Me anyway. Bora iko tu na ndimu. I'm not picking.
Because mimi...
What's yours? You haven't said
Mimi
yours.
nyama choma, bro. It has to be nyama choma.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Mbuzi
beer...
choma.
Mbuzi choma. Sindio? Sasa yani tu ukapiga tu sip ya
Sasa
beer.
si already mko na date
Tuenda
sasa.
date
Yeah.
basi. Nyama choma?
Yeah, mbuzi
tuende basi.
choma,
Oh,
yeah.
wewe sema bora chakula kipo.
Usikai 2 years alafu upelekwe Roadhouse. Second date. Na umevaa fushia.
So, I remember when Tafari and I were in uni together, that's how I know Tafari. And we used to live at the bypass at some point, we're in KU. So there's Kamakis, you know, stretch ya nyama na beer, bro.
Yeah.
And we used to have a spot called 1.7,
Okay.
which used to be our favorite spot. Because weekends, look on 1.7, beers, nyama choma, they had the best nyama choma. I think up to date, they have the best nyama choma. Kwa nasema Tafari, we should pull up randomly and we haven't been. So now that October is here, beer season,
Maybe
yeah, mtoto na mimi na Tafari tuwatumia mapicha. Back to 1.7. So for me, it's nyama choma and a cold beer. Hizo zoo enda tu vizuri. Like it just goes down. So, so which brings me to the question. Oktoberfest tuko wapi na wapi na wapi na wapi?
For Oktoberfest this time, penye tumepata confirmation. Tunamaliza with a bang.
Yes,
Save
sir.
the best for last.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the first weekend ya November kumalizishia the ultimate beer month. Tunamalizishia pamoja.
Yeah.
Pale na nyuki.
So checkmates again, October is upon us, which only means Oktoberfest is here. You are remember the last big Oktoberfest? The one
before.
Rescos. The like the last when they were doing one huge.
Oktoberfest watu walikuwa wanapiga marathon because
Bro. And then multiple stages, bars, food.
Nah, that was
It was a whole...
Because they literally turned the whole of Rescos into like a party.
that was lit.
Man.
That was lit.
But sasa, I think mimi kitu ilikuwa nasikia the most ilikuwa tu the traffic. Tulikuwa wengi bro. But stage ya UNS,
Mulikuwa tu nyinyi tu, yeah.
So which was easier? So this time round, instead of doing one big event, they're bringing Oktoberfest closer to your own city.
Yeah.
So hata kawe ni mtu wa Kisii, tutakwambia
Wapi,
na usiogope.
Yeah.
Wa huko kwenu
Wa Mombasa watakuwa pale Big Tree, si ndio?
Wabajuni.
Ashafanya dates.
Niko na wasilisha ombi nisikose kule nyumbani.
Where andikiwe check. Anyway, Oktoberfest is here this time round. The festivities have been brought closer to your city. And this is where Oktoberfest festivities will be happening. Nairobi happened this past weekend, 4th October, until to represent Vizuri Sana. You know, partnership with Culture event, featuring all the legends, bro.
Wow.
Oh, man. You know, event yenye, when the guys, some of us didn't attend, the next day, everyone online is 10 out of 10. I would not change anything.
Bro, like, I'm telling you, you just had to be there to be like,
I know.
Guys.
So, my friend literally leo amepost anasema if Faki announces another culture event, we'll pay more.
No, for him, I will pay double the price.
Bro,
Oh my
have you seen
gosh.
an event in Nairobi where no one complains, not even one person?
Yeah. I
But
think
also,
this is the only one.
This is the only
by
one.
way,
The
yeah.
bash was bashing, bro.
So
So Nairobi already happened. Eldoret, it's gonna be on 11th of October. Tamasha Eldoret. Kodong Boys waliko huko juzi naona wali
Hey,
mash up
Mash
the
up
place,
the
bro.
place.
Pwani Mombasa ni yani kwenu.
Hello.
18th
Twaja.
Oktoberfest is gonna be at the Big Tree on the 18th of October. Dala Kisumu Pacho.
Yes, sir.
Our guys, 25th of October, it's gonna be at Atela Beach Resort. And lastly, Nanyuki, 1st of November, Stinger Lounge, where
AZEEZAH.
will be in the building.
The rules are very simple. Foundation, na make sure umekuja na flat shoes.
Yes.
Foundation, maji, bia yako na flat shoes. Kudance ni mwanzo mwisho.
Done.
Mwanzo mwisho.
Ushapatiwa program.
Simu yako unaona itaandika steps ngapi?
Period. Kwa
Eka simu kando.
Nukta.
Nukta ni decimal.
Period.
Oh.
Yeah. So, mtu wa Kisii mwenye tuliwa promise tuambia. So, mtu wa Kisii either wende Atala Beach Resort in Kisumu or you make your way to Tamasha in Eldoret.
Yeah.
Those are the nearest.
Closest, yeah.
Wasa huko kwangu. Me I have to rep for my own people. Kuria. Hata pia tu ni hakuna the nearest lakini Kisumu.
Kisumu Simbali.
Kisumu Simbali sana.
Ukikaza mguu vizuri. Sasa make it Kisumu. Anyway, this time around, talk to us in the comments. You know, how does your hood do beer during this month?
Yeah.
Mimi ni nyama choma na beer. Mwangi amesema ni beach. Anti amesema bora ndimu iko. Wewe utakurepresent usijali. Is it the food, the music, the rituals? Drop your stories with the hashtag #HowWeDo. And rep your city. Remember, excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health and not sell to persons under the age of 18 years. See you at any of these stops.
Yeah.
Now back to AZEEZAH. The other thing I found interesting, you were insecure about your voice.
Yeah.
How?
Hey, which one? And you have like 14. Even on this podcast.
Yeah.
Akona hello.
Yeah.
Basically, umesema yeye ni masauti.
Jifinyie. Umewin. Okay.
Masauti, Kenyan girl.
001.
Hey,
Na pia 001 wewe pia.
umewin.
Hey, nukta.
Yeah.
Umewin.
But for the longest, unajua, there weren't so many babes wenye wako na
deep voice.
deep baritones or hivyo. So watu wote walikuwa wanaangalia wako na sauti murua, sauti amazing. So and then my friends, my baby girls wote walikuwa na masauti unaona hizo za kisichana. So hata ukiongea nakumbuka there's a point auntie yangu aliniambia nasi uongee tu na hiyo base yako. Unataka sauti kutoka hapa.
Yeah.
Like in all honesty, even when I used to audition, nakumbuka ni audition Capital One. Na sauti ilikuwa I even have that video by the way.
Yeah.
So ulikuwa umenyonga sauti?
Kwa nini?
Maka nilikuwa namuona ko.
Of course. So ungeongea tu kama Jeff Koinange venye unaongea saizi.
Sasa ungepata hiyo kazi. Oh man.
Unajua
Sasa ungepata hiyo kazi ungekuwa unanyonga sauti kila asubuhi.
Na uongeze
unaona kichwa na uko na veins.
Bedhe uongeza accent, unyonge sauti. Ungepatiwa kazi ukisurvive aje.
Week 2 utaquit.
Ungekuwa una do link ya pili
Unaweza
kama
weka hapa hivi. Ama ojizo ni nini? Ni punguzie plug this.
Ai.
Wewe unaimba?
Yeah.
Wewe kwani hii simu?
I see type C. Sijafika huko.
It's not homework, only on the baddest frequency on the planet.
Hapana.
98.4 Capital Radio, the best mix of music. And today you're chatting with your girl, the shortest and the realest in the game, AZEEZAH.
Kuna mali hapo imepenya. The best of music.
alisahau kidogo.
Ilislip kidogo.
Kuna makosa imefanyika.
Ilislip kidogo.
Imebaki tu baritone moja ukwe Mkamba.
Nigga.
Kasichana na huyu. But
Then so how because it's your jina imepotea. Lakini ni weird utoke from your point yenye your work depends on your voice and then you're struggling with how you sound. So how did you turn that around?
I hated how I sounded like ungenipatia chance ningekuwa nataka kuwa na sauti kama za kina Anita Nderu, very nice, very Linda Nyangweso hivi. But now when I was at Ibru, ile ilinipatia like kama validation kidogo ni tumeingia, because how I got into Ibru niliingia kwa show yenye ilikuwa na host kawa 8 kwa show moja.
ile the girl the girl chat thing. Okay.
Sasa kulikuwa na ingine inaitwa Chit Chat,
Okay.
where there was 4 male hosts, 4 female
Okay.
hosts. So hiyo ilitufundisha turn taking sana kwa sababu nyote lazima muongee
Muongee,
within
yeah.
that 1 hour. So tukiwa hapo during the second week, the boss says I come do a screen test for news. At your NC hatujaiona auto cue, teleprompter bana. Tumezoea kurecord na simu. So nakutana na wasi wa Daystar nini kila mtu amekuja kufanya screen test. Na it's wanasoma naturally. So mimi niko like nisome tu hizo maneno ziko hapo sawa, yes. And to actually get the job because of my voice, and now after that wanataka ugrill politicians on a political show. Sorry. Nakuwa nafanya a political show. Juu naweza grill watu, mtu akisikia sauti yako kuna power fulani. So hiyo ndio ilikuwa like an affirmation that hey, maybe there might be something here that I can pursue. Yeah.
Damn.
Nilikuwa nasikiza.
Ulikuwa nasikiza something.
Umenipatia attention.
After 2 years unaitafuta kila mahali.
Niga.
Ukitaka kupeleka na Mwass.
Utashangaa.
Good luck. So then back to 10 over 10. One, I think when they announced the two of you,
Yeah.
tulikuwa like,
Yes.
Really?
Have you seen yourself on stage?
No, before that wasi wengi wakuwa naamini. Kiukweli.
I mean, there's always
Walikuwa na
that
doubts.
because, I mean, people are bound to feel the way they feel because there's always that, you know, Willis is a ball of energy. So,
Yeah.
who'll compare? Who Tusha babe,
Who is
relax. Breathe. Like, chill out. So there's always that comparison. But yes, I can imagine, of course, those people are like, okay,
Yeah.
now it's two because there's only been one powerhouse. Of course, there's a lot of doubt that tends to creep in.
But I think if someone had seen you live,
Yeah.
even if it's once, then you'd
They'd understand the essence of how you'd
it
get the
still
show.
works. Because very high energy.
Yeah.
It's a Friday, ni usiku, you know. Everyone is basically outside. Even guys who are inside.
At outside.
Mwili ziko outside. Yeah, because, you know, beers ziko kwa system.
Yeah.
Mwili ziko outside. So, I don't think that is a show that definitely needs a lot of energy.
Facts.
Hiyo ni show mimi nikipatiwa nifanye itanistress sana. Because kuna Fridays zenye,
Both.
yeah, because I think it just needs when ukikuwa na wewe na good man on stage, it completely makes sense. Yeah. Was it easy to just, you know, blend and take the show?
I feel that, especially because we were paired with Guda. Alafu Guda ni msemo mwenye amekuwa kwa game for quite a while. He understands everything. And I feel kupaiwa na yeye made me an even better MC for concerts because it forced me to, I wasn't such a fire dancer. So, but with him, muta dance too, whether I like it or not. Now he was the kind of
mikono
person.
hivi.
Ni hivyo.
Unaonanga Timbaland iko juu ya kichwa. Na ngoma ni kanyaga shetani. Hata shetani.
Yeah, so I feel like hata tukifanya screen test because I was a female host. Alafu now they were looking for multiple people to see how the chemistry would be like. Guda was the first person to lifanya na yeye screen test. And it was just it. Atujuani before. I think we'd only met once. But energy really clicked too immediately. And it was so genuine. Alafu from then on, Guda mekwa like, and I have to give him his flowers. For my first concerts after tumemaliza 10 over 10, he actually, after tumeingia 10 over 10 rather, he used to come for the concert because I have no prior experience with dealing with kama ni stage managers, nini. Najua tu kupiga kipindi kidogo na kukam kudo my job. So you're a babes, na mimi mseni very emotional, kitu kidogo. Like amenifanyia nini. So he used to stay there and make sure stage manager, make sure ameingia sangapi, time yake ni sangapi for a couple of events until I got the hang of things. Yeah. And even right now, before I go on stage, I have to call him. Nikuwe like, by that, wamenieka hivi, nini, wewe unaona niduaje. Ama unaona tufanyaje. So, a big shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Guda. Yeah, and your show, I've been there once before when Willis was still hosting it. Like, I think Erosha Manani. I just remember tulika hapo from like 8. It's a long show.
Very.
How long?
Inaishanga sangapi? Inaishanga sangapi?
Haina time ya kuisha. Sa ile vibes zitajisikia leo zimeishia hapa. Tunaweza maliza hata saa 8 usiku. Na tuko tu sawa.
Na mmeanza 10, 11.
Kwa sababu wa Kenya tunaambia mkuja saa 3 unakuja hapo saa 12 asubuhi.
Hiyo ni too far. Yeah, unajua trick ya shida live TV ni it's live.
Yeah. Ikienda
imeenda. But that show is still is long though. And sasa zingine mujuliza, okay, what else can be done on such a show? Like what else can you do on upate hiyo slot ya nini? Like a show like 10 over 10. Apart from the format that exists now.
What we're trying to do, and of course pia kuongea na kila organization iko na processes. For me, the longest time toka niingie, I wanted to take the show outside to where the people are. Let's make it crazy. As unaona vile tunaongelea Oktoberfest, I would love to see a fusion of Oktoberfest with 10 over 10. Tuwe kwa ground. Penye
Can you
tuko.
imagine?
It would be
fun.
crazy.
You're na nyuki
Mad,
mko
But I
like-
think I saw you do that with Safaricom for the M-Pesa bash thing.
Yes. But now you see that was more broadcasting live. But I'd be more open to vitu mneza curate pamoja.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tuseme kama hii past weekend, Carnival Grounds,
Yeah.
Oktoberfest,
That would
Culture
be fire.
Oktoberfest, and you're live,
And it's
everything is live.
curated. So isiwe tu kustream, because kuna tofauti ya kustream tu event venye iko, but sasa ni a live experience. Whatever you get to see on TV, it's like a storm. Tumekuja, mi nataka kuwa kampo. Wacha hata hizi sophisticated things, zenye mnaenda studio, there's ticketing and everything. I'd love to do a show like leo tuko Zite, kesho tuko JKOT, kesho kutwa tuko wherever we are. Rama tunaangusha street bash moja safi tao, tumefunga
party.
nani,
That'd
na
be cool.
wase we, venye pull up tu.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I think that would also make the show interesting.
Very.
Itakuongeza tu ma trips, but that would be fire, bro.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine, iti leo 10 over 10 is live from B&D.
Bro.
Yeah.
Very fresh, very never done. So
Yeah. Na kila mtu mwenye ana come through, tuseme kama hata mmeongea na brand, kama ni unanunua task yako ukiingia ndani.
you're good. It works. It
And
works
then you
for
make it a thing.
everyone.
So why, if you've been pushing for, how long have you been there now?
I think 2 years
2 years.
now. Yeah.
So is that something you see happening?
To my bosses, I so much. Kama ni energy tunayo, mi naguda. So let's make the process easier.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about some of your MC highlights. So you hosted Hamisa Mobeto's wedding
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
Crazy is that?
People host weddings.
of course. Kwani nani
Kwani
anarun program?
MC
Oh, okay.
inanga harusi?
Harusi is watu ukiacha tu
Just
kama
say
kuna mtu
MC inanga harusi.
Ushai. Sasa ndo ina load.
oh MC ananga harusi.
Harusi na
Because someone needs to run the
Okay,
program,
run the
tell
program,
guys what to do. Yeah.
okay.
How is that, bro? Like, because hapo sasa ungeenda kukimbia, si ndio?
Na hivyo siwezi shanga.
Hata mimi
Siwezi shanga.
unakuja tu mbira.
Tumemleta bibi harusi. Yeah, that was a very good experience for me because si kitu yenye nilichase. Sometimes the things that have been happening kwenye maisha yangu, especially this year, ni vitu sija chase. Of course, me I make calls non-stop, emails non-stop. But nilikuwa nimeka tu siku moja, I didn't know Hamisa. So prior to that, I mean, DM tu, hi my love, how are you? Nini niko like, kwanza nimwambia sistangu, guess nani ame DM? Hamisa ame DM. Kaniuza amekwambia nini? Mi sijui nasubiria tu mwanzo. So now getting to talk to her, she's like, I'm gonna get married and I want you to come host. What do you mean?
Damn.
So it was such a surreal moment for me.
Yeah.
And then I was paired with yet another good person who's like the number one male MC there. So it was so natural. And after that, ilini blow up. So even for me to host Yanga, I met Team Yanga there.
Yeah.
And they remember you later. So you never know who's watching. It was just answered. I wouldn't say answered prayers really because it wasn't something I prayed about. But ni ile tu God amekupatia chance.
more
to-
open doors.
In a way you didn't know. Miss Jai MC harusi before. Because unaona kama MC harusi unafaa kwa fani una nani. Na mi sina. Yeah.
Also, it reminds you of the power of social media. You don't know.
That is so
Just post
true.
what you do, bro.
That is so true.
You never know who's watching.
You know, I receive like DMs of guys like, oh, you know, just I'm doing a pod, do you need what? Ukiangalia page yake ni private. Ama, the guys like, now we were looking for an editor. I'm like, apply. Someone applies, page yake, hakuna hata video
know.
moja ya kazi anafanya. You know, I'm like, how are you supposed to get
How do I
jobs
know?
when you don't share what you do? Kama wewe, there's no way I miss a message you do from the
For-
blues.
yeah, she
That
been
means she
seen.
saw online, it clicked, she saw something and she liked that thing.
But it's a culmination of putting yourself out there. The first time I went to Tanzania for an event, which was like in 2021 or 2022. Nilijilipia everything. I was just like, nilikuwa nimeDM wasi wa Swahili Fashion Week for so many years. Then when they finally jibud my DM, I'm like, you know what? Now that mejibu, lazima tuelewane. So
Lazima
like,
tuelewane.
now that mejibu, I've got your attention. Thank you so much. Nitajilipia flights, nitalipa accommodation, found a stylist, found everything, and showed up. And since then, I've hosted all the other Swahili Fashion Weeks.
Wow.
Na hiyo si the only events nimejituma. Going to Dubai, you're like, okay, I want to meet who's the promoters.
Yeah.
Who are the promoters in Dubai? Because I've been very intentional with not just performing for Kenyans nikienda Dubai. Ama not just
There's a
performing
whole
for
other
Kenyans
demographic.
ukinani. Kina Burna Boy wakija huko wanakuja kuperformia wa Nigeria. Hapana wanatuperformia sisi. So why shouldn't we also go perform to the people there?
Yeah.
So I've had to invest for them now to come back and say, you're worth our money now.
Got you.
Kujituma.
Then there was Younger Day in Tanzania. So I had to explain to her what Younger is.
Honestly, I thought that was like a Chania Tanzania. So he's like,
Yeah.
no, that's a team.
So
I'm
how
like,
she thought
what?
it was Chan. No, they don't had Chan. So I was explaining to her, Simba and Yanga is like Gor Mahia and FC. Yeah. They're the two biggest teams in Tanzania.
Anti-Chania Tanzania.
I
Because it was
swear to God.
around that time. So we are like, kumbe Tizado akona Chan.
Wako na yao pia. I swear to
part
God,
of
that's
Chan.
what I thought. I know. But that's like one of those like
Home
Kamini
those
Chan.
home games.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No.
So it's like they're Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have their they I think just before the season begins,
Yes.
they do like a Younger
Introduce the players, Nini,
Yeah,
like
the
it's a
new
whole
signing.
big
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So there's Simba that does Simba Day, and then there's Younger that does Younger Day. And for them, football is a very, very, it's cultic. It's more than Manchester Arsenal. Like it's very, they support their own kabisa.
Proper.
Yeah. So you hosted that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Because mimi nilikuwa natu kwa stadium.
Running.
Akikimbia,
Running. You should run for Kenya. Like, how are you faster than the cameraman? He was literally trying to keep up.
No, I feel like if you're a sports cameraman, you need to be fit.
Done.
You should run
You
for
can't
Kenya
be-
is absolutely nuts.
Mazo, how are you capturing Usain Bolt running no cost?
Hey! Alishashinda ameenda where you're still chasing. It's crazy.
Now you know why men can't chase me.
Hey! Amesema now you know why men can't chase
her.
Kungori. But it was a very exciting moment because nikitu yenye pia siku chase. Like I didn't ask for it. It just happened like all of a sudden unapigiwa simu like, oh yeah, tunataka uje kwenye Younger Day. Because before that, for Simba Day, they picked like one of the best MCs in Tanzania. And she's so amazing. And she's a very good friend of mine. Anaitwa Mina Ali. Then now they were like, who's going to match up to this energy?
Okay.
Because they can't pick
Again, yeah.
Yeah, because tayari yeye ni wa Simba. So now, looking for someone who's not even... Unajua, it's crazy because nilikuwa najiambia, I'm not an artist. Sina nyimbo ambayo nimetoa. To be received with so much love in a country yenye si hata nyumbani was crazy. Because nimeingia tu hivi alafu mimi na upuzi zangu amnioe. So kila mtu like, what do you mean? Nilikuwa nasikia nikana za dedi. Then zangu zikanisho, we kimbia tu. Because there are 60,000 people in a stadium and you want to reach all of them. So instead of being on stage, zunguka
just
kila
have to
pali
move
usalimie
around.
kila mtu.
Yeah. Do you think Diamond supports Simba?
Diamond ni wa Yanga. Alikuwa Simba before. Oh,
Saindo zinapatana.
ai, sijaijua nikiwa mslow hivyo.
No, but question. Hold on. Oh, no. Let's run.
No, me,
to
I was
that
moving.
first.
I was
Okay.
moving on.
So Kwanzaa, because you said you're the one who always, like, if you're looking for these opportunities, the one who has to reach out and do what?
Yeah.
And you had mentioned, exactly.
Let's have it. Sawa. Then there was Trace in City Masterclass in Tanzania.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through some highlights that I found online. Then you're hosting the upcoming Miss Langata Women's Prison.
Yeah. But now that's for charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, prison Spanish will make pesa.
No, but unajua, there's a way in which you decide to come through to support. Yeah. So I have a company and now a wing yenye it's solely for mental health because for me, mental health is very important. So part of that was like, you know what, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to MC for you guys.
That is fine.
For free as a way
It's
of-
a way of giving back.
Giving
Yeah.
back to the community.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Because they do Miss Langata, I feel like every year soon. Because last year what's the name of the lady who won? I'm trying to remember because I think we covered it.
Is it the one
The one
who
who
The one who
stabbed
stabbed
her
the boyfriend
boyfriend's
18
job?
times.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who won that.
Alafu
But she's
Kenyan
still
men
winning,
wako tu
though.
ati muachilie. Watu wanakuanga na
She didn't mean it. Kenyan.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Aki
ake wezi hiva hivi no.
Niggers.
Which other ones are big highlights for you that I didn't mention?
Like
Because I'm
I
sure there's
feel
more.
most of everything that's happened this year has been a big highlight. Like for me, at the beginning of the year, naandikaga kila kitu nataka kufanya that year, even down to the kind of events that I want to host. My biggest highlights are going to be happening in November and December. So
you wait
sit
for the
right and sit
surprise.
tight for that one.
Wait.
West Africa, we inside. So those are going to be my biggest highlights. But of course, then you may mention, I am so grateful. I think nimefanya almost every event I wanted to do this year, or everything I wanted to do, apart from getting on a billboard. And yeah, hiyo ndo sijafanya bado.
Someone please get
This
Aziza on a
time.
billboard.
Like mnieke tu hata kama tu ni we are on a billboard.
Yeah.
Like niko tu.
Yeah, Duplex reveal.
Let's reveal.
Bana.
Yeah, so please, someone, please put Aziza on a billboard.
beg.
Yeah. Saddam.
Actually, yeah, true.
Okay, we listen, we make calls. We make calls when we're done.
Hata haitakuwa na product, itakuwa tu picha yako.
Yeah,
done.
Hivyo tu.
yeah. Actually done. When we're done, we make some calls.
Done.
Then, so because you mentioned earlier in passing, Uganda and Tanzania, you being very intentional.
Yes.
Yeah, because in the past few months, I've seen you a lot between Tanzania and Uganda.
Yes.
Which is something we talk about a lot. And I'd give Etania as a very good example.
Yeah.
Man,
A big shout out to her,
Etania,
by
she
the
pushes
way.
herself, bro. You know, she takes herself there and her craft.
Sana.
Yeah.
You're on Citizen. I'm
Yeah.
sure you're constantly hosting foreign musicians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes they have to promote a single. At the album, you know, they bring their music here. And we've been saying for a long time, PSCC, we have to check
We
our
have to.
craft there. At least the cartoon expect it will happen miraculously, you know. So congrats on pushing a brand there.
Yeah.
How has that worked for you? So you work with agents and friends in those countries. How's it been? Then now we can piggyback to where you're going.
I think imekuwa too, the relationships that you've built, I think out of showing imefanya niwe na a lot of friendships, because the promoters will speak to you directly, and it's a promoter from here, from there. But for Uganda and Tanzania, ni mimi kwenda huko and not knowing anyone and having to meet everyone from scratch. For Uganda, it's because one of my former bosses still works for Energy in Uganda. So it was very easy. And I knew Akina Itania, who, to be honest, has been very... Yani, uko busy, but pia naweza kufaindia time kukusaidia is something I applaud her for. She's like a sister and she does amazing. So in Uganda, the first time nilienda kama media tour, but also very intentional with finding out who are the key promoters here. Who do I need to know? How do I establish my networks? How do I make sure they know me? So we ended up doing a very huge event for Gabzy. I think it had over 10,000 people and I was hosting. So that was such a big moment here for me. So for me, very intentional. I don't skip the process. I'm not flying. I am walking so that I know how to trip, pick myself back up. So I started with home. You can't always depend on nje bila kupendwa nyumbani kwenu. So had to make sure that home kuko sawa kwanza, spread to East Africa, then go towards the rest of Africa, and eventually now conquer the rest of the world. Slow but steady wins the race.
All the best. Now you can.
Well, this is if you are at liberty to speak about it. Because you mentioned kindly you don't have a manager.
Yeah.
So
No
one,
assistant.
No assistant or manager.
we're heading there. Management first.
Yeah.
So right now, are you open to looking for management? And I remember you were signed to Kaka
Yes,
Empire.
I was, yes.
So what happened? Because it was like, okay, I'm signed today. Blue, we are done. What happened?
It's because squeezy siku move haraka. So ilikani kama time imeisha within. So I'm the one who approached them and I was like, hey, I need some help. Like at the moment, I'm trying to understand how package vitu zaidi because kuna loophole ilikuwa hapa. So they offered me a 1-year contract. And within that 1 year, I wanted to learn everything I could. Because most of the people I work with right now within my company, they used to work with me. Like my accountant is the same accountant for Kaka Empire.
Okay.
So within that 1 year, I wanted to learn. I wanted to understand the different elements that make up a brand. Because for me, I wanted something my own, something yenye nige own. So within that 1 year, Kiisha, I was grateful. They were like big brothers to me and they taught me everything. And the transition was very smooth to now doing what I want to do with my brand.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you do all your admin work by yourself?
Yes.
All your bookings,
Yes.
all your calls,
all negotiations,
all negotiations, all meetings.
Yeah, invoices, and at least I have an accountant and lawyer. For a lawyer, I'm talking like to yenye ina facts.
Yeah.
So ni mimi too, my lawyer, my accountant, my dancers who I've worked with from day one, my videographer, photographer, and driver.
Yeah.
But are you open to getting like
I
management?
am very
Okay.
open. But so unajua manager ni kama, it's just like finding a man. Like lazima muelewane.
Yeah.
It's a relationship
The
that
chemistry
has to happen naturally. I have reached out to different people and I hope that vitu zituweke align because that's something very important. Sahi nimeweza kufanya hizi vitu zote peke yangu. I can only imagine if I have
Somebody
people
else.
who support your
Good
dream or
structure
a
around you.
huge... Yeah, so I want to build that structure. The same way Diamond are going to WCB that he's formed, that is his own. That's what I'm building with my company, which is A to Z. So that there is something bigger than me.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the time, is it true that at the time when you met Kaka, you were almost giving up on your career and yourself?
Completely. I was depressed. I was going through... Like, I feel things a lot because if you're my friend or if you're somebody I work with, I take things very personally. So from, of course, you're talented, but there are wrong decisions that you make in terms of negotiating for contracts. You've not, meamini, guy, sawa, umetaka weni msempo, umepatia events, nini umeenda umefanya, mseme kutoka do. It's depressing because hauna do kwenye mfuko. Na constantly you're chasing a dream. But yeah, there's so many things happening around you. There's no shield to protect you. So at that time, all I needed was just someone to hold my hand, and they came at the right time.
And how are you now?
Right now, mentally niko sawa. But nimekuwa busy, sina time hata ya kufikiria. Kaa niko depressed ama siko depressed. Like nasonga tu, nangoja nikuwe na break katikati alafu nitajua.
Yeah. Did you see seek therapy ama hapana? Ama
For me, I've always been big on therapy and very honest about therapy. But pia nimekuwa na very supportive friends who listen. Juu najua kuna kitu mbaya ka shida haitokangi leo ama kesho. So kesho kutwa unaongelea tu the same thing. So having people, like for me, siwezi sema ni mimi tu ndo nimejijenga jinsi nilivyo. I have a very strong supportive system. I have my sister who is like my... Yani sister yangu anaweza kupiga. Ukijaribu kuninani. Sister yangu anakuanga hapo kwa comments.
I believe it.
Like kwa comments, like unasema nini? Kwani wewe unamjua nini? Sister yangu atakujibu na ana muda wako. So yeah, I have a very strong my videographer who was my best friend, who is still my best friend by the way. So I ndo anani build because I'm aggressive and hardworking, but pia as binadamu kuna strengths and weaknesses. So my weaknesses is I feel things a bit more than anyone else. So to have people who hold you and push you back up when you're...
That's nice.
Have you experienced cyberbullying before?
Yeah.
Kaisa watu
But it's not in such a huge capacity because me pia nitakujibu.
Wale tupatane kwa comments.
Wallahi lazim mimi siko kwenye levels za kina Beyonce. So siwezi sema ati sina muda. Mimi bado siko category.
Muda kujibu.
Siko category hiyo ligi ya ma celebrities. Mtasema ni ma celebrities. Mimi bado niko hapa najitafuta. So kama unajua sana tupatane. Tajibiana.
Patani physically ama kwa comment section?
Both comments physically sina kupigana na wewe. Takutia security. Mimi mwenyewe mfupi.
Man, Swahili just sounds nice. Mimi mwenyewe
Alafu there she's doing the switch up to.
Yeah, like kind of English Swahili.
Smart.
Yeah. Mimi nataka ile de utakuwa BT red carpet. Uswitch up tu no mse aseme excuse me. Yani wanza tuna kizungu na afu sema mimi yenyewe mfupi.
Utumie hizo majina watu wajuangi, sijui baradhuli hizo.
Hata kaya anauliza, hiyo ni nini unasema?
Hadi Waluya pia wako. Honestly, hata sisi hatujui.
They are threatened.
Anyway, again, to all the checkmates, Oktoberfest is here. This time around, the festivities are being brought closer to your city. And this is exactly where all the festivities will be happening. Nairobi already happened. Come on, scare you now, unless you go back in time.
Time travel.
Fourth already happened at Carnival. Eldoret, they're coming to a city on 11th at Tamasha. Mombasani, 18th of October, Big Tree. Kisumu, 25th of October, Atela Beach Resort. And Nanyuki, where she's going to be shutting down the stage 1st of November, Stinger Lounge. And this time around, please talk to us in the comments. Let us know how your hood does beer during the beer month. Is it food, drinks, rituals, vibes? Unajua, nini?
Music.
Drop your stories with the hashtag how we do and rep your city. Remember, excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health and not to sell to persons under the age of 18. What are you most excited about, man? Nini unakuwa excited kwa maisha yako sasa? Sasa tusiongee hata kazi. Chakula bro.
Okay, what is second most exciting?
Someone please order AZEEZAH food.
Nyama.
Wanataka kula nini?
Nyama na ugali.
Nyama imepikwa vipi?
Na sukuma na kachumbari.
Wet fry,
Na avocado. Choma.
Choma.
Mbuzi choma.
Is Tafari still there? Am I left? So order kwa Sam. Your order yake. Food?
Nani baya ugali, guys.
Yeah. Amesema nyama, umesema choma. Umesema choma?
Mbuzi choma.
Mbuzi choma,
kachumbari, sukuma na avocado.
Na avocado.
Please.
Usichanganyishe
watu wataanza kukuteka na ugali.
Na avocado.
Furahia sana kwa kamera.
Is there more food ukamilisha?
Be over.
Also order for me a choma then.
Ai.
Auntie, nilikula pieces mbili za nini za kuku. I'm hungry now. Plus, I'm giving moral support.
Can you at least eat something now?
A fruit salad.
He's not eating anything the whole day.
I had breakfast.
Uko dry fasting ama hiyo anaitangwa nini? Intermittent.
Mambo yangu ni mengi, utaniombea tu.
Afikishe maombi. Yeah. So, I was saying outside work, nini na
chakula
na chakula, nini na excite AZEEZAH saa hizi? Hata inaweza kuwa ni politics, inaweza kuwa ni mshane.
Sasa itani exciteaje politics?
Sijui, maybe Venezuela labda wamelegalize vitu vingine.
Guy, ni mziki tu,
Okay.
ni chakula tu, ni ku DJ by the way siku hizi.
Nice.
By the way, yeah. DJ iko kwa resume. So have you booked any gigs for DJing ama 10/10? Because I think I've seen online.
Yeah, I've been playing on 10/10, but for the different concerts that I do, because I'm not a club DJ, I'm a performing DJ. So, of course, it's a fusion of you playing plus DJing plus hyping plus dancing.
So it's the whole thing.
package.
Yeah, it's a package.
So unajiwekea ngoma, unajihype, alafu unatoa headphones, unaenda una dance.
Unakuja una dance, Kwa niko nini?
Unaweza rudisha down payment Oktoberfest tukubook.
My lord.
Ama you just pull a John Falme.
You know that's
Then a big shout out to him.
Yeah. Nani jo?
Like unaingiaga tu ukiona mapeji ya Jota kwa tu depressed. Unaingiaga unaona mpaka December.
Next year sijui lini.
Lazima
uzesera,
mpaka
bro.
2030.
Guys.
It's crazy.
Yaani kuna club msana plan kufungua 2028
Ashabook. As you should.
But unajua it's a good thing because inatupatia moral. Unajua kuna wana hii depression ya kama mimi sasa najiuliza venye napiga gigs mingi sasa hii mtani book next year. Kama mtani book hiyo mwaka ingine. So like it's a challenge. I don't know if you guys face it like your pressure ya say now that it's happening, how am I gonna sustain it? Because it's a challenge. Like it takes one wrong thing to.
There's the fear of that, but I don't think we've ever really worried about sustaining it. As long as we wake up every day, we know Tuesday's recording and videos are up. I think we are fine.
I think the key thing is to remain in motion. When you remain in motion, things happen.
Yeah.
If you hold your motion, then now things happen to someone else who's in motion, and things could happen to a lot of people.
That's true.
And even if anything happens, imagine one thing will never break you. True. Like unless you commit crimes, the most essential thing is something happens. The next day come record, continue. Because people are waiting on SDU. At school, mtu press statements. No one wants to read those things. You come address it if you want. If you don't want, imagine you can move on. Kitu muhimu ni wake up, stay in motion.
In your line of work, watu kuambia vile utafanya kazi yako?
Hapana.
Hakuna watu wanakuwa free advice. Ukifanya kazi like
sasa kwa hii break mimi naona
unless we ni boss wangu ama we ni producer ama we ni stage manager.
Kuna wale mafanzo wanakuanga ma expert. Ati AZEEZAH unaongea sana. Na kazi yako ni kuongea.
That's the thing. Udemo nakuanga na opinion ya kila kitu. Sasa niko kwa radio ni kwa na opinion. Nikinyamaza nicheze doba the whole time.
Tena when you lazy.
When ni MC kwa gig umeambiwa ongea, alafu mtu ako unaongea sana, cheza muziki. Unacheza muziki, kwa nini uongee?
You can't please everyone.
Basically, like you can't win. You do something, you didn't do it well. Ama you're overdoing. You don't do anything. Say afanye anything, ama you fell off.
There you go.
Bruh, the main thing you remember.
Do you?
And I think also pia kubreak your monotony because things happen, things change, people gravitate,
Watu
consumer
wanazoea.
behaviors change pia.
Yeah.
Pia ourselves kuzoea sana.
True.
So even your brand can't be the same brand saizi in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years, so much
be
could have
different,
changed.
yeah.
So pia sisi lazima tu learn kuadapt. I think even as a pod, we started 1 episode, now we do 2 episodes. Now we're doing a 3rd episode, your members, doing the live shows.
Look at you at
streaming
300.
live. Yeah. Taking the pod outside Nairobi, touring. So I feel hizo vitu ndo zina to help. But tukibaki ngitweti, we just sit here and talk. It's nice.
True.
But it can be too monotonous.
Yeah.
So when unasema tu now you're taking over East
challenge.
Africa, which is nice. Disappear from Kenya for
Imagine. Yeah, go do your
TZ,
thing.
nini, Rwanda.
Umesema pia West Africa.
Yeah.
Africa.
That's next.
Hey, I'm
Then
excited.
bado Chris Brown anakungoja.
Imagine. Oh my God.
Chris
why am I
Brown lazima
worried?
mwambie Baradhuli.
Bado sijaenda kwa my love.
Yeah, unaona. So I think kitu muhimu ni I'm never like scared.
Yeah.
It's just that as long as you're in motion.
Yeah, you'll be
Hakuna kitu
fine.
mbaya kama you're not in motion.
You'll
No,
be
imagine
fine.
huwezi fika na nyuki kama umekaa tu hapa na umekata kupanda
That's
gari.
the thing.
But ukipandia gari na nyuki utafika Sagani uone okay. There's something new
Mandhari
happening hapa.
yabadilike.
It does something to your mind even if ni kama ni subconsciously.
Yeah.
Nimesema unajua hata plug gig yetu.
Walolo.
Hold. Listen. Unfortunately, we're not going to be there. But November 1st, we're going to be live at the Carnival Grounds. It's our grand finale of the 1-2 tour. Tickets are going for 1,500 now. Available on Hustle Sasa, miccheckpodcast.hustlesasa.shop. Links are available in all our bios and all our descriptions. Come tupige sherehe. November 1st ni sherehe ya Checkmates tutakuwa Carnival.
Sherehe ya Cheque. Mashalia.
Itakuwa sherehe ya Checkmates. It's gonna be our last show, our last live show of the year. See you at the Carnival Grounds. Hiyo date tunapiga sherehe, my friend.
Proper. Proper.
Yeah. So you're those guys who do, because umesema at the beginning of the year you plan. So you are those guys who have like short-term plans, long-term plans.
Yes.
Ama you do like annual plans, quarterly plans.
For me kuna short term, long term. By every month najua ni nani nafaa kuzungumza naye. Kama sasa kwenye email na kuaga nishaandika.
Hiyo picha nzuri.
Wallahi, ndio mimi. Mtoto Hashim, unaenda na mimi date. Oh my God. Siheri wewe.
Twende date mwanangu.
Siheri wewe. Email zangu zinakuanga AZEEZAH from Kenya. AZEEZAH from Kenya. AZEEZAH.
Damn.
So
Constantly reaching out.
at midnight zangu zinaweza kuwa zimeshika, niko like by
Zimeshikana ni hewa.
Uko like
na juice
Sugar rush.
sini zangu
Na biscuits.
sini roba sini mimi nimezishikisha.
hiyo jina kushika pia unanisiu.
Abe.
Umeshika tu uko
Na
like
ringos.
uko like
Si mwote kanifili.
ana email
Na one
Didi.
liter ya orange juice.
Ana email Didi. I know you're leaving prison in 2027. Can I host the first day?
Your release party.
Can I host the first sliding party? I got you my own baby oil from Nairobi.
Nafab.
What?
Nafab.
Oh.
No.
Thank you so much for making time.
Nah, this was good.
This was so much fun.
Too
I'm glad
good.
you finally did it.
I know.
Nimelipa deni, si ndio?
Kabisa.
Please, karibu tena.
Hata huku ni mimi nilimuapproach.
But ulikuwa pipeline, but ni kweli. But ulikuwa
Alikuwa
pipeline.
ameniweka episode 400. At least I brought it.
Umeivuta kidogo. AZEEZAH from Kenya.
AZEEZAH from Kenya.
And with that, checkmate.
Hata kuna outro. Funga tu show.
Anyway, AZEEZAH episode 300, we are
My Checkmate.
Over 26. This is
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.